So in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the 3 different types of assessment that we have on our unit. And I'll also tell you about the thing they all have in common. Let's start with the thing that they have in common. All 3 assessments have in common a thing called critical thinking. Basically, all 3 assessments are assessing you in one way or another on your critical thinking skills. So what are critical thinking skills? Well, I've got a separate video on that which I've made for my YouTube channel. I didn't make it specifically for our unit, but it does describe the critical thinking that this unit promotes, and is the type of critical thinking that sits at the heart of critical social psychology. So you can go watch that video for a fuller explanation as to what critical thinking is, but I'll sum it up for you in this video, given that you're already here. More generally in education, critical thinking is the skill that refers to problem solving. Well, we're focused on problem solving in this unit because we'll be focusing on some big social problems that need fixing. The sort of social problems that created the need for the social movements that sit at the heart of this unit. But we're actually doing critical thinking in a different way. It's not just about solving problems. We're doing critical thinking in a way that connects directly to the theme of social power. And it's a type of critical thinking that's grounded in what is known as critical theory. And critical social psychology borrows a lot from critical theory. So we'll talk about that more later on in the unit. But to give you a quick summary, critical thinking, which is linked to critical theory, asks 2 questions. The first question is, who says what about whom? So for example, who talks about disabled people in a way that focuses on what's wrong with them? The second question is, in whose interest is it that we say those things about those people? So for example, in whose interest is it that we talk about disabled people in that way? So look out for those 2 questions, as we'll be asking those questions about a number of things, not just disability, but also about people diagnosed with mental illness, about working class people, about women, black people, gay people, and First Nations people. And those 2 questions will be key to all 3 assessments on this unit. And here's a quick rundown of those 3 assessments. So assessment 1 is a critical review of an academic paper that I'm going to set. And it's a really important paper when it comes to critical social psychology, but also a really important paper for psychology because it challenges the very essence of what psychology does. Assessment 2 is a reflexive learning diary, which is where you keep a journal on your experiences with the unit, specifically on your critical thinking on the topics that we cover. And assessment 3, well, that's a traditional essay. So why an essay? You know, isn't that a bit of a boring type of assessment? Well, we've got an essay as an assignment because the essay is one of the most powerful vehicles for promoting social change. And a lot of social change has been driven throughout history by people writing essays. And a lot of critical social psychology is about promoting social change. So that's why we've got essays there, because essays are really important. It's a really good skill, the skill of writing an essay. So I'll give you much more detail on those 3 assessments as we travel through the unit, and we'll be focusing on activities in our tutorials that will help you with those assessments as well. So that's my short introduction to critical thinking and to the assessments. So till next time, ta-da.